The temples of Mamallapuram, also known as Mahabalipuram, are deeply tied to both legend and history. Located on the southeastern coast of India in Tamil Nadu, Mamallapuram is famous for its rock-cut temples and monuments, built primarily during the Pallava dynasty in the 7th and 8th centuries. Here's a brief story about one of the most notable temples and its mythological background. The legend of Mamallapuram. The story of King Mamalla. The name Mamallapuram is believed to be derived from the name of the Pallava king Mahendravarman I, who was also called Mamalla. According to legend, King Mamalla was a great patron of art and architecture. He commissioned the carving of temples and structures out of granite rock in this area, turning it into a significant center for art and culture. However, the most popular myth surrounding the town involves the Shore Temple, one of the most iconic structures in Mamallapuram. The legend of the Shore Temple. The Shore Temple overlooks the Bay of Bengal and is said to be the site of a legend involving the god of the sea, Varuna. According to one version of the myth, the temple was originally built to honor Shiva and was known as the Kailasanatha Temple. But the legend goes that in the early days, the temple was submerged by a massive storm sent by Varuna, the sea god, as a punishment for human arrogance. Later, the temple was reconstructed to withstand the mighty forces of the ocean, with unique architectural designs that reflected a blend of Hindu mythology and maritime influences. As the storm and subsequent submersion receded, it was believed that the temple emerged as a symbol of human resilience and devotion to the gods, particularly Shiva, who was said to have protected the temple from the sea's wrath. The descent of the Ganges, Panch Rathas. Another story linked to Mamallapuram involves the Panch Rathas, 5 Rathas, which are monolithic temples shaped like chariots. Legend has it that these temples were the result of a divine plan to bring the Ganges River down to earth. The temples are often linked to the epic Mahabharata, with the Pandavas, the 5 brothers of the Mahabharata, said to have been the divine figures who commissioned these chariots. According to the myth, these 5 Rathas are representations of the Pandavas' royal vehicles. The Ratha of Arjuna, the great archer, is said to have been the most significant of these chariots, and the structures themselves are carved out of single blocks of stone, showcasing the advanced rock-cut architecture of the Pallava dynasty. The story of Arjuna's penance. One of the most famous works in Mamallapuram is the descent of the Ganges or Arjuna's penance, a giant bas-relief depicting a scene from the Mahabharata. According to the myth, the warrior Arjuna performed a severe penance to obtain the powerful weapon Pasupatastra from Lord Shiva. To gain Shiva's favor, Arjuna is said to have stood on one leg for years, meditating under the sky. The relief captures not only Arjuna's penance but also other divine beings, including gods, animals, and mythical creatures that witnessed this sacred event. It's believed that the relief was designed to symbolize both the divine nature of the river Ganges and the heroism of Arjuna in seeking the blessings of Shiva. Mamallapuram as a cultural hub. Mamallapuram also emerged as a thriving center of art, culture, and trade, as evidenced by the rock-cut temples, caves, and reliefs that still stand today. The monuments of Mamallapuram represent a fusion of South Indian architectural styles and cultural traditions, and the site has been recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site for its unique historical and religious significance. If you want to explore more about the architecture or any specific temple's backstory in Mamallapuram, feel free to ask. The place is rich with legends that reflect the deep spiritual and artistic heritage of ancient Tamil Nadu.